Well, hello once again. This is me, Leonard Wells, broadcasting as usual from HASLINGDEN, 30 miles or 50 kilometres due north of Manchester in the UK, on Wednesday the 21st of September 2011. I've been trying to ascertain what item of news is on everybody's lips. And in the UK, it seems to me that the NHS question seems to be the most popular one amongst politicians and the ordinary people of all types and classes. And it is surprising because we fought hard to get ourselves a National Health Service. I was a child before the National Health Service, and I can remember being taken to the doctors and it cost 5 shillings. And any medicine he prescribed you had to pay extra for. So it could be quite an expense to go to the doctors if you weren't very well off. Now, it seems to me there are two ways of looking at the National Health Service. If you've not got a lot of money, basically you're happy with things as they are, because no matter what treatment you have to have, it's free. And while some years back there were ridiculous waits to see a specialist or to have an operation, now it's much more convenient. I remember when I first got a hernia back around 1978 or so, I went to see my doctor and he said, you'll have to wait 2 years for an operation and wear a truss. So I said, well, does the fact that my company has me in Bupa make any difference? Oh, he said, we'll have you in on Friday. And I was in on Friday and I was done within a week. So there's the rub. The Conservatives, who tend to be people who've got money, like to be able to get done quicker. And if you've got money, then you can be. If you're in Bupa, for example, you can go to a private hospital. And this is the thing, that the vast majority of people feel that other people shouldn't have the right and ability to jump the queue. Well, I have no objection to that. If they've got the money to do it, then fine. And we shouldn't want to prevent that, really. But if you look at the railways, if you've got money, it's a very pleasant way to travel if you can afford first class. And this is how the Conservative Party have arranged our railways, so that it's fine if you've got money. If you haven't, it probably costs you every penny you've got just to get to work. That's if you can actually get a seat on a train. And now the Conservatives are going to spend 30 billion on a high-speed train from London to Birmingham, so that the rich will have an empty train to travel on, so they don't have to rough it or mingle with the lower orders. They can just get on a train. It will cost, by my reckoning, at least £500 in today's money to travel from London to Birmingham on one of these high-speed trains. They're not telling us that. They're going to spend 30 billion for a service that very few of us will ever be able to use. I've just looked online at the fare from Newquay in Cornwall up to the Kyle of Lochalsh in Scotland. And if you do it by 2 single tickets, first class, it's £1,167 or some ridiculous figure like that. Ridiculous. You could go to New Zealand and then back to Australia for that, by plane, in comfort, and get food thrown in. So this is the problem, that you have this semi-communist way of looking at things, if you like, where everybody gets fair shares, but it's all down to a rather low level. Or you have a system where most people have to get it free, but it's mediocre. But those who've got money can get it quickly, and on the surface anyway, a better service, more convenient service. Well, it's always been like that. Life on this planet's like that. If you've got money, you can do anything you like. Get anything you like, within reason. There's nothing money can't buy if you set your mind to it. I mean, parts of the world where you can pay to have people bumped off. It's called taking out a contract and on somebody's life. There's not a lot you can't buy with if you've got money. And ordinary working people feel that if we're in this together, we should all have the same kind of service. But the Conservatives don't want that. Don't like that. If you've got money, you can afford to pay people to tell you how to pay less tax, like Sir Philip Green. He pays a few billion dividend to his wife and avoids £300 million tax. Can't blame him for that, because nobody likes paying the government tax. I mean, which is why duty-free cigarettes, everybody loves them. Well, at least those who smoke do, and same with duty-free booze. So, I was reading the other day that in Copenhagen, that IKEA has been found to be playing silly beggars with their income tax services. At least that's what it was reported, allegedly reported. So, all over the planet, people are finding ways to avoid tax. We used to have one in the days when marriage between a man and a woman was always arranged for late April, so that you could get married and get a whole year's tax allowance. Of course, the government's got wise to that and they've scrapped it. Well, that's my little diatribe on the NHS. If you've got money, like anything else, you can get what you want when you want. If you haven't, you have to wait a bit longer. That's how it is. If you're an MP, you get 80,000 a year salary. If you're a state pensioner, you get 6,000 a year. If you're an MP and you lose your seat, they'll give you 70 grand golden goodbye to cushion the shock of having to live without your 80,000 a year salary. There you have it. God bless, while it's still legal here in the UK to say God bless. Take care. Bye for now.